This brand secretly crushes 8 figures in revenue and it's pretty genius. The brand name is called Norse Organics, and in this video I'll be breaking down their full funnel process and what you can take away from this so that you can implement it into your own consumer brand as well. Now let's look at it. So they have about 2,863 ads running, of which 42% of the traffic goes to this one single page, which I'll share later. And the top hooks, a lot of which are selling to moms, not people suffering with acne. I've distilled a few advertisements that I thought was interesting. This advertisement specifically was around this private flight attendant. So she has some form of like secret knowledge because she's part of the Victoria's Secret fashion show, flying with models, celebrities, and during the biggest fashion event of the year. So we have this impression that all celebrities have very good skin, right? So we naturally want to think about, hey, how can we avoid acne? And so she talks about her own insecurities. She always has pimples. She tried everything and nothing worked. And then she found Norse Organics Viral Balm. And now in just 9 days, my acne was completely gone. Confident and ready to take on every flight with clear skin. So this is specifically advertising to the avatar of people buying for themselves. Perhaps they are in a line of work that requires them to look presentable. And so this ad I thought was pretty interesting. A lot of the advertisements actually isn't writing copy for teens with acne or adults with acne, but it's actually writing it for the moms who buy for their teenagers, right? So if you look at this specific ad copy, so it talks about how this mom found her son crying in the bathroom and he thought I couldn't hear him. This is a bit of shame, isolation, powerlessness. He'll wait until the shower is running so I wouldn't know, but I knew, and every night it broke my heart. He wouldn't let me take photos of him, wouldn't go to birthday parties, wouldn't even go look in the mirror. So they're selling the mother a chance to rescue a child from pain. So especially for moms with teenagers, this copy makes a lot of sense for them. So we tried it all: dermatologists, prescriptions, expensive routines. So this section is really about invalidating the existing solutions that are available to them. And then they found Norse Organics by accident, read the reviews, thought they were fake. So this was a bit of addressing objections. But I was desperate, so I ordered, and I'm crying writing this because, and then future pacing the results, and then the payoff, right? He smiled. So the son finally regained confidence, and it says here, I don't care what the science says or what other brands promise. This is what worked. No side effects, no chemicals, just healing. I wrote here, it's a bit of an anti-expert intuition of a mother. And if you're a mom watching this, watching your child suffer, try this. It might change everything like it did for us. So this is trying to communicate that pain and desire to other people that can relate to it. In this case, moms talking to moms, right? So everything that happened since I got this, I thought that this ad was pretty short and sweet. Let me just show it really quickly.
Daydream. I fell asleep amid the flowers for a couple of hours.
So there's the backdrop of the nature and the product being organic, all the desired results. The next ad is designed like a testimonial from a teenager. So let's watch this together.
Teens with acne, this is your game changer.
My face
Pretty sure it's an AI voiceover.
was a battlefield. I had pimples everywhere. I had to stick to a very strict diet. I didn't get invited to parties. I suffered from depression until my mom recommended me the viral Norse Organic anti-acne ritual. Now I have clear skin, glowing like a damn sunset.
There you go. Quick points on the ad structure. So the hook, the pain was, my face was a battlefield, pimples everywhere, missed parties, got depressed, constraints, tried strict diets, nothing worked. And then the introduction of the solution, right? So then my mom found this viral Norse Organic anti-acne ritual. Now I have clear skin, glowing like a damn sunset, right? So the promise is essentially, teens with acne, this is your game changer. Now the next ad is a bit more of an emotional ad. I think they use very visceral language and essentially things like talking about being bullied, right, for your acne. So let's take a look at it.
You guys, it works better than Accutane. Completely organic. Costs less than Accutane. Results in less than 10 days. Money back guarantee. Say goodbye to acne skin. 40% off flash sale.
Now let's take a look at this ad copy. So I can't scroll here, so I'm gonna just synthesize the ad for you. So essentially the pain here with the ad copy is that the daughter calls herself disgusting. So family is on the verge of starting harsh medication. So they went to the doctors, but they're worried about hormones, mood, long-term effects, no time, no options, nothing had worked. Right, so they discovered Norse Organics, which uses Arctic plants, no chemicals, all natural, skeptical, but The 60-day guarantee lowers the risk. So after day 3, they have calmer skin. Her skin was visibly calmer. By week 2, she stopped wearing concealer. And by week 4, she told me she feels beautiful again. So the promise is we cancel the doctor's appointment, right? We never went to the appointment. We cancelled it, and I'll never forget that feeling. And so it really just speaks to that avatar of trying to help your teenager overcome their acne problem without using harsh medication or doctors. Now let's look at NOS Organics' unconventional website. So I put this meme here is because I know some people and some CRO agencies will say this, right? And we have heard them say this. And sometimes even with CRO agencies that audit our brand, they're like surprised to see why is the funnel page so long? Why do you not have the product mentioned earlier? And they say things like your funnel is too long, nobody's going to read all of that, which is not true because NOS Organics proved the point. Your website has lots and lots of social proof. So they lead with a lot of proof because I'm sure you're aware that with most skincare products, there's very high skepticism. It's a very product-aware market. Consumers are really very sophisticated. There are so many options out there. So they lead with a lot of proof. There's no mention about the product yet. It's just raw, unedited reviews, right? Using this less than 1 week, he saw results in 2 weeks. Hundreds and thousands with 2-week acne transformations. 8 years of acne gone in 4 days. And it just keeps on stacking more proof. And with each proof block, they have an opportunity for people to go to the product page. So it's just more proofs and more proofs. So they keep stacking it. And then, of course, they have bot certified naturopath and more video customers, more video testimonials, more proof, even more proof, product insertion, back to more proof again, proof, and it just goes on and on, right? And then it shows again, right? Product insertion, shop the acne ritual. So whenever you're ready as you're scrolling, you basically decide when you're ready, you click into the next page. And then it talks a little bit about the science, the problem with acne, why most people suffer with acne, their differentiation, the unique mechanism of their solution. And I'll talk a little bit more about this on the advertising page. So let's take a look at it because I found that their advertisement page, or rather the advertorial page, is pretty interesting. Now let's take a look at why their advertorial page works so well and why is it that they have 42% of traffic sent here. Firstly, they frame the entire advertorial like a news piece and not a pitch. They don't lead with the product or selling the product. They talk about 10 reasons why NOS Organics is taking over and eradicating acne around the world. It's a very strong word, but they're using takeover to imply momentum, so there is social proof, cultural adoption. Eradicating is very strong, definitive language. It's not just helping with acne, it's eradicating it, right? Results you can see in 15 days. So it opens with urgency and fast results. Remember the value equation. It's all about how do we want to get customers to experience the results as soon as possible. This brand is huge on social proof, so they have it littered everywhere on their website. So it basically shows testimonials, and it starts with speed here, right? Showing that you can achieve this. And then if you're skeptical, you look at the results of other customers. Next part is the unique mechanism of the solution. They talk about a pure botanical buffet for your skin. So no more nasty chemicals in your skin. So this is what other solutions have. For theirs, it's just Arctic botanicals. Certain ingredients like thyme, yarrow plants that survive the harshest winters. So it gives a fresh reason to believe why their solution works, right? Because sometimes nature is the answer to our problems. And so it talks about Arctic. It goes to rare plus potent, no chemicals, no side effects. Differentiates the product while emotionally coding it as a safer and more powerful alternative. So the next part is ease of use. I love that they say the NOS system is so simple your senile grandpa could follow it. And so it's basically saying that within a few seconds a day, you can get the result that you want. You don't need any complicated skincare routine as most TikTokers would have. And it essentially implies compliance because the easier it is to do, the more you get the results, you'll be thinking, hey, why not just give it a try since it's so easy? Next, we have status by association, so credibility, loved by dermatologists and moms. Moms trust other moms, and using that psychology helps a lot, right? So loved by dermatologists and moms and featured in Women's Health, Cosmopolitan, Forbes. These are maybe magazines that moms would read. It stacks external validation fast, adds legitimacy without bragging. Right, so it builds trust with both expert-backed and emotionally invested buyers. We believe what others believe, especially experts and other parents. So this is a huge part of the psychology here. So here's the part where they say, hey, there's a sale, save 40% if you buy today, so there's a bit of urgency. Now, the next part, Point number 6 is cruelty-free and eco-conscious. So no animal testing, fully recyclable packaging, and absolutely no greenwashing. So for those people who know what greenwashing is, this matters to them. This isn't tossed in as a side note. This is deep identity work. So it signals value, not just product features. It's almost positioning the product as premium as well, because the brand is telling buyers we care more about protecting the environment and protecting animals than profit. So it's eco and ethical alignment equals to community building. This resonates with conscious customers who want their dollars to mean something. This is a big contrast from big brands that you might buy off the shelf where they're using a lot of animal testing, things like that. And then created by acne survivors. So this is a bit of the expert founder origin. Again, emotional transference is telling people a story, showing them that this is not a faceless brand. It's not some brand made in China. It is a brand created by a founder that is from Norway. And so this really just builds the believability of the entire brand. This was created by a founder that had real skin struggles, and this is almost like an unlikely hero journey. So he created a solution that he needed for himself. And then additional benefit layers can be used for both by teens and adults. So this is actually selling on both teens and adults, right? Because we know that from our ads, a lot of NOS Organics creative targeting is going after moms that are buying for their kids. But of course, I think it's a plus point if when the moms read the copy and they realize, hey, I actually can use it for my hormonal acne as well. So those are things that help to cement the buy, and it just gives them more reasons to buy it. And then of course the risk reversal, 60-day guarantee, and if you don't get results, you get to have a refund. And then just more proof, stacking more proof and more proof. Scientific evidence, clinical trials, ingredients backed by over 149,000 scientific papers. I really like this. So they basically created levels to skincare. So they're showing you a unique mechanism of solutions here. So I put UMS because essentially they're saying, hey, most brands use this, right? They use this for their ingredients. But for us, for NOS Organics, you only use level 5, 6, and 7, which is basically just creating another class on its own, right? This product is so premium because we go where people wouldn't go, where most brands wouldn't go. And it's the reason why you see the results. And then there's just a lot more proof, a lot more like clinical studies showing that 100% wound healing, 80% less rash, 79% were cured of acne. And then complicated looking graphs that look like clinical studies and evidence, which is great. I'm a huge fan of it. I think this is something I want to implement. This is the results that you can get, and then of course a money back guarantee and a Scandinavian founder, which I say is a plus point because it just builds onto the believability of the entire brand. So I thought that this was a really interesting brand. I personally bought the product as well, so I like that it's really high quality, and you should check it out if you have some time. Study the entire funnel, study their ads. You'll be surprised at what you can find and how you can recontextualize it for your brand.